Everyone, Adam here, So Wizard Podcast. I have another interview for you today. I had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with Bai Ling, who has been in, I don't know, a million different things. An actress who's been on my radar since early 2000s, just a beautiful, talented, and a lot of cool movies, does a huge variety of projects, so she just pops up all over the place. It's not just one genre or the other. She was a really fun person to talk to, so that made it even better for this, you know, huge long-term time of being a fan. To be able to talk to somebody and have them turn out to be really cool to talk to was huge for me. Bai Ling has a new series out currently on Tubi TV, a comedy called Barbee Rehab. It's Barbie with two E's, not I-E. And she's also making her own movie, and I always get the title just slightly wrong, but we talk about it in the interview, so keep your ears out for that. It's not available yet, but it'll be coming soon, and hopefully we can reschedule again to talk about this again. So here's my interview with Bai Ling. Hey everyone, Adam here, So Wizard Podcast. I'm sitting down with Bai Ling to talk about her career and her new series, Barbee Rehab. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? And say hello to all your fans or my fans.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to your studio, to our studio.
Absolutely, yes. There's a lot to cover. You've had a really extensive career.
Yes.
So I guess to go all the way back to the beginning, what made you want to get into acting, and how did you get your start?
I think when I was a child, I was kind of like a mute. I cannot talk because I'm terrified of human being or something. So then I learned probably on the way, on my journey to where I am now, that I was this wild animal in my previous life. And when I adapted to human form, I'm afraid I don't know how to behave, how to act. I always like my freedom. I always somehow bump into like rules and laws that I'm always breaking because I'm not used to it. So that's why I was quiet. I was mute because I don't know how to function. So then I feel the internal world of mine is like a volcano. It's so rich, so powerful. I have to find a way to express it. So if I don't, it will explode. So I found a way as an actress, because when I'm playing a role in my mind, I'm playing a trick. So I'm not myself pretending to be somebody else, but actually it's real me, because I find this way to allow myself, my true self, to express its magic and power. So that's why I love acting. That's why I'm doing well, because I'm very honest, I'm very curious, I'm very powerful, because it's organic, it's authentic, it's real.
That's a really interesting take, that when you're acting, you're always playing a role. So you're always kind of pretending you're somebody else, but in that you found your own truth to get it across.
Totally. It's me, just be something else. I'm so excited because no filter and no a judgment, no nothing. It's just joy of having fun, explore, and be there and be, it's my adventure, when I'm acting. It's really, really fun. To me, it's not serious. When you're not serious, and somehow it's alive, because as an actress, it's about emotion. You have to be alive. You have to be real. The stream have to flow,
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting hearing different actors' takes on what acting is.
Probably you never heard my explanation, right?
Not exactly, no.
Mm-hmm. I think somehow we're all different, to embrace the difference. Like, yeah. I'm always who I am. Like, I don't watch TV. I don't really go online to look at stuff. I just act out of my organic self, whatever comes out. I think it's the magic of myself. Like today, I just got a booster, which I'm traveling, I have to. So I'm like running around. I'm sorry for delay. Then I just dressed in LA, it's still a little bit cold, sitting on the street corner. So that's life, right? This moment captured with you. And what you say.
Well, I definitely appreciate you making it work, because I'm sure it was tough to fit in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So when you decided acting was for you, what were some of your first roles, and how did you go about getting them?
I was in the People's Liberation Army in Tibet. So I joined the army because I love the uniform. So I always have a fashion sense, because my mother teaches comparative literature in one of the best universities in China. She has students who dress in the uniform because they're still soldiers. I look at those women, I say, that's beautiful, I want to wear them. So that's attracted me to audition for the Army, actually, entertainment group. So I got there, I sing, I dance, I play violin, I play pipa professionally. So in the beautiful Tibet for 3 years, that's basically enriched my soul. I learned, I found the magic of freedom in nature. So that's how I started in Tibet, is freedom of the It's like most primitive, most magical, most pure place that you can find somehow why we existing and what's the nature about. We're just one of the elements in nature, so we have to be who we are and just to live life like that.
Wow, that is fascinating. So was
you.
your role in the military like entertainment for the troops?
Yes,
for the other troops?
For the other troops, of course, for Tibetans, we have Tibetan soldiers too. We entertain the troops, the Tibetans, and all the way along. I remember we were always on the road taking the army buses, like we're just bumping because the road is not good road. It's a mountain road. It's like this. I'm constantly finding myself, I have bruises here and they're just like very, very tough. The whole life is like on your journey on the mud road, on the mountains. You just go somewhere and suddenly you're there in the mountains because we have a oxygen tank on the side. When you cannot breathe because of lack of oxygen, when you sing, nobody can reach the high tone. When I play, it's frozen, everything is so cold. You just go out, get some oxygen, come back, dance again. So it's kind of magic, that place. So that was my journey. How weird is that, right?
Wow. I mean, I'm sure any difficult acting job you might have had in Hollywood is pale in comparison to that.
Yeah, it's nothing. Plus, I was only 14. It's like too young to understand anything. But because you're a kid, you're brave, you're adventurous, you try, and you embrace what is in front of you. So you have more freedom to open to unknown. But now here we're safe, we're scared, But compared to what I went through, this is, I would say, nothing in a way. It's really a gift.
Yeah, that's incredible. Mm-hmm. How did you go from that kind of performance in show business into TV and movies?
Well, it's easy for me. There's no format in my mind. I'm just, like I said, I'm pure self with my curiosity mind, with my magic. I'm just open and to show the magic and what I understand. Actually, I don't really prepare much for the role. And my mind, I see, like I learned a lot of things in my journey is a little bit different. When you have no questions and you don't need answer. Like I just knew, I just believe I can do it. Therefore, I can do it because I don't put obstacle in front of me. I just trust the organic magic that we have is much better than our mind. The nature, because I'm in tune with nature universe. They just give me tools, I just do. So for me, it's very easy, very organic, a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of somehow kids like amusement park, dancing and enjoy it. When you enjoy, the audience will enjoy. When you're trying something, the audience can always feel. Because I always give the enjoyment. When you have a joy and you lure them in, they are on your side and have the journey with you.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Mm-hmm. Did you start on TV and movies in Tibet or China, or did you come over to Los Angeles when you wanted to make that move?
I was in Tibet. Basically, we perform in the mountains. They had the snow mountain, the blue sky behind us. It's a little bit like an Alaska sky there. So then that's free. That's different. But TV and the movie actually is a bit different, but I still use the same format of in the freedom of my mind. So my first movie was in China. I was after the army. After I left the army, I was in the theater performing like musical, like Broadway shows, drama. Then we were performing in Beijing. I was in Chengdu, and the director was choosing for young girls from the south, a little bit skinny, a little bit shy. So I was auditioning. We have 20 girls. So I played the lead. So the director see me on stage and asked me to audition many times. They fly me to the studio audition. Finally, I got the role, probably from thousands or millions of people choosing one. So I think that I got the role because I'm very natural. Director said, you're not acting, you're just you. So that's how I got to acting. I never learned. I just trust, having fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's probably frustrating for some people who have gone to school and they're doing, they're really working hard to get roles, because I from what I've heard, it's sometimes very difficult and a lot of rejection. And you probably found that at some point in your career. Yeah, I feel rejection is not, to me, it's not rejection. It's just part of life in anything. Like 4 seasons. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're cold. It's like people ask me, Bai Ling, do you have competition? I say, no, nobody can compare with me. If the director roles, it's me, it's mine, they choose me, and there's nobody else can compare with me. If it's somebody else's, I cannot get it. So I'm in a way, very comfortable of, there's a truck passing by. I'm very comfortable of accepting destiny.
you will always have your stage if you're comfortably presenting yourself in the right way. So for me, it's like there's no rejection. Sometimes I tell my agent, I'm sorry, the noises. Sometimes
okay.
I tell my agent, I say, it's okay if we don't get it, there's the next one. They say, wow, you're cool about it. So I'm very, because other people have to have a chance too, you know? It's not always what you should have. So therefore, I understand that nature. So I'm never worried. I always have a job. I think we live life is to love each other, help each other, have compassion for each other. Therefore, the opportunities have to share. You know, nature's fair in a way. So if it's yours, it's yours. If you take it personally, and also, I'm not taking it personally. If somebody wants somebody taller or fatter or younger or older than me, that's just not me. So I'm not taking it personally. I think you have to have a very healthy outlook in life. That means to embrace your journey, and you have to trust it. You will have the opportunity and to shine, to give your magic. You just have to trust that, which approved in my case. I'm always doing what I love to do, and I never worry.
That's an incredibly healthy attitude to have, and it seems like it's working because you have tons of credits. You've been in a ton of things.
Thank you. I'm very lucky in that way, and a lot of people because I'm Asian. I have accent. I'm actually probably the only one in Hollywood with all the Asian actresses, and they are born here. They're basically American. They look Asian, but I'm proud that I'm the only one actually from the Far East. And stayed here on my own. I did not speak English. I did not have money. I didn't have a relationship. I don't know nobody. So made it on my own, not through marry some rich guy or somebody. It's just on my own as a woman, little girl, come from a communist country, and find my place in Hollywood. Maybe I should move a little bit too loud, right? We can talk. We can move.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because the truck's unloading. Okay.
It's very interesting. That's a really good point, too, that there are a lot of Asian actors, but they're Asian American, not that it's a bad thing, but your whole point of how you came over from China, like first generation.
Yes.
Had to find your way. It's
very different. Yeah, for them, it's they're living here. They know everything. But for me, totally, almost like I always felt like I'm an alien, jumped into flying. I flipped to Earth to see what's going on here. So I have a lot of curiosity. I take it as a gift. I'm not trying to get something. It's like, I know I have a gift as an actress. I'm just giving that gift in exchange for me to have some fun in life. No, now it's better, right? Not so noisy.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. The way you kind of approach acting as a profession, well, it doesn't seem like you really approach it as a profession. It's more just, this is what you want to do.
I think profession is like human giving a term. For me, that everybody has their talent, do certain things. I just found something I love to do. I'm good at it. I'm really for me, it's really, really easy. I can play any role, any roles and any characters without even trying to figure out. It's like if you're open to it, basically universe is your tool and help you. You have to believe that we're human. Also, we're spiritual beings. There's a magic power that we don't even know, that nature's there to help us, to support us, to give us this energy that we don't even understand can manifest, fulfill what we want to do.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was going towards.
Okay.
Is there anything that you look for when you're looking at new roles or looking at a new script, because you just kind of flow in and out of the characters and you're just kind of making it your part of you? How do you choose which ones you want to go after and which ones you don't?
When I read the script, my heart and my whole being is blank. It's pure. There's nothing there. So it's like almost like an empty white paper you painting. So I'm reading it. Whatever comes to me, I respond. My instinct, my intuition will tell me this is good or not. If I'm excited, if I feel the elements real, genuine, excites me, I'll do it. There's not much of to. I in my Instagram, I am Bai Ling. I give fat-free, sugar-free cookies. And this is the cookie I gave to myself. It's for me. And also probably a lot of people will understand, identify with the idea of that cookie is when I'm thinking, I'm an idiot. When I'm not thinking, I'm a genius. So when I'm not thinking I'm a genius, what else I cannot do? It's easy. I can do anything. So that's most of the time my format, my mind is like that. I can do anything. I'm not afraid. I'm not even questioning myself. When you're not questioning yourself, you have this unbeatable and power of confidence. You know, you just draw people, you just show them what you can do. You tap into other power. So that's how I function. So I'm not thinking. So therefore, I'm not afraid because I'm not aware of the fear. Like a child, when child, they cross the street, they do anything, they have no fear. They're just beautiful. They can do anything. So I'm basically keeping my mind that way. Therefore, I don't watch TV. I don't read on the internet, nothing. I just living my life as pure as possible. I told people, my friend told me, oh, the world now is bad, all this wars, all this going on. I say, if you don't watch TV, the world, our world is beautiful.
Yeah,
right?
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Especially the last couple of years of how crazy everything was, it really helps to just take a step back and just live your own life.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I want to share you. I don't know if you know. So I did my own movie. I made myself a director debut on my own called My Quarantine Romance with Toilet Paper. I want to say that because that's the empowerment of me. Like my fan was asking me, Bai Ling, you have no money, you have no script. How the hell are you going to make a movie? Steven Spielberg wouldn't do it. My answer was, because I'm Bai Ling, because I have a universe behind me. It's true. They say, do you have distribution, all of that? I don't have nothing. I say, do not ask me any question like that. You gotta have to take the first step. One step leads to next. You open one door, the second door will open. If you set everything up, if I ask the studio now, they're still changing my script, I'll never get it made. You just have to take the leap of faith. You just have the faith. Faith is something you don't see, but you have to believe it. So I made a film. I financed the director, write it, cast it. And I have 23 casters. Now I'm in the post-production. By the way, 3 o'clock, I'm going to color correcting. I'm still on the post-production. I'm very excited. I just want to say we can achieve a lot of things without a lot of material things, you know, to support. Anything's possible if you daring, if you're willing to jump into it, if you have the love and passion. So that's what I'm doing. I'm so excited. It's comedy. It's about toilet paper, which in the history of our life, you never worry. The first time we were worried about toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I did not have toilet paper. It's actually story come from a real life story. I don't have toilet paper. I have to go out. The first time I'm talking to my fan, normally I don't. They want to meet me. I said, okay, do you have toilet paper then? I'll meet you only if you give me toilet paper. How weird is that? They said, oh, wow, first time meeting Bai Ling, give her toilet paper. This is a reality, I think, through humor, because it's a comedy drama, right? Through humor, it's my love letter to the world, to the history of our lives, of this pandemic, this 2 years of suffering, which is most current subject close to everybody's life. I just basically, it's not really something I want to achieve. It's a love letter with my heart's joy and humor and sadness. It's like how you deal with your basically extreme loneliness in pandemic. You cannot kiss, you cannot make love. I had actually a lot of fear, but eventually I don't trust them because of COVID, right? Now, how you deal with when your mind is on the edge of breaking down, you're losing your mind. This is very powerful. It's something I'm very, very excited to present to all of you.
That's really cool that you made that step. I mean, you've been acting so long, so I imagine the transition to working behind the camera rather than in front was probably relatively easy.
It's not I'm a star of the film as well. Basically, I'm a star. I just add myself a job as a director. You know, it's
and writing.
Yeah, direct writing, casting. Because it's a comedy, right? I can't afford the big stars. I find whoever's available actually have 2 actors flew themselves from New York City, your city, on their own dime to be in my film. That shows some power, right? I said, wow. So basically, I said, I don't have money. It's true. I said, if you want to do it, you fly yourself. Otherwise, I cast somebody else. I cast a comedy. I'm writing for the actor. If they're funny, I write in funny nice. If they're not funny, I write a situation funny. I'm very good at it, but just on the way I'm doing it. When I'm doing it, I don't have a script. I'm go along, I'm writing with it. Who's going to do that? I think it's one of the film, I'm a little bit like a Quentin Tarantino, have my own language. It's basically, somehow it's very, it's a groundbreaking film. I say the new language of cinema because the story told in different ways. It's like my post-production people say, Bai Ling, this is like a roller coaster. It's funny, it's fast. It's fast, a lot of information, fast. Because a lot of movie, you will notice, people already know the ending. It's so boring. It's audience so intelligent, so smart. We have to be ahead of them. For my movie, I don't even remember what's the next. I have 23 characters, all of it. It's confusing. It's really hilarious. So when I'm talking about, you can tell the passion I have behind. They're just like my baby. I think they will have their own life. I'm just so excited to tap into life to fulfill something that I want to do. Some investors want to come in. They said, okay, we'll give you money, but I want this. I said, forget about it. I don't want your money. It has to be my vision. So therefore, I have to do it on my own.
Wow, that's awesome that you took the leap and you did it.
Yes.
That's so, not a small thing.
Yes, it's a feature film. It's a 180 minutes long.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's a real serious movie. And I wrote 11 songs. I'm composing. How many directors composing in a movie? None. Probably only Charlie Chaplin. I composed 11 songs and music, all of that. I did everything like wardrobe. Every day I wake up 5:30, get Starbucks. Then I for my crew, I do art directing, casting, makeup, craft service, and everything. So I did everything because I have no help, no money. It's a COVID. Most heights of the COVID is really most difficult time to make a film.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is a COVID movie, obviously you just made it in the last year or two?
Last year, actually. I'm still not completing. So I have to reshoot because when I look back, I have to, today, like the last time I picked up one day, I said, how could I achieve it so much work to organize everybody? There's so much work. I said, how did I have that passion, that energy to fulfill this whole film? Because it's a real film, take a long time. I said, how did I do that? I think because when you're tapped into your passion, you have superpower, actually. I could not achieve it now. If you ask me to make it, I say, no, I'm not going to do it. It's way too difficult. Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was kind of like going back to when you were 14 and signed up to do all the entertainment with the military?
Yes.
Maybe if you were older, you said you might not have done it because you would have realized how difficult it was. Is it kind of the same thing with this movie? Like now that you've done it, you might not do it again because it was that hard to do it totally alone.
Exactly what you take the perspective. It is when you've done it, and you when you're in a journey, you're not thinking you're enjoying it because a lot of passion, a lot of curiosity, a lot of things you want to give and achieve because you have ideas. But when you're done, you're like going back. You say, how did I do that? The Tibetan thing, when you're 14, 3 years in the military, you don't know nothing. With all the soldiers, you have to learn how to shoot guns. Doing as a nurse, doing injection, all of that difficulties. If there's a war, right, you have to serve as a soldier. It's not a joke. How did you do that? You're that young. But, that shows the potential of the human nature of our spirit is so powerful. We probably haven't even tapped into, I would say, like 20% of what we have. Because all these things I did, and also I did Luc Besson's French movie, Taxi 3. I learned French from ABCD from zero. I did not even know how to say merci, like thank you. I learned to memorize. It's so hard because I don't know it's a comedy, right? How do you do it? But I think if you believe it, you work hard and you can do anything. But you have to be daring. You have to trust yourself. You actually can do it. It's a fear you have to overcome. And also, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just enjoying what I do. You like it or not, it's not my business. But I have to show the truth of me. Seriously, I don't care how people like me or not. You don't like me or not, it's not my principle of living life. I have to like me. I have to show my magic because we're different. If you like me, great. If you don't like me, great too.
Yeah. Again, a very, very healthy attitude to have, especially given your profession.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably how you stay so level-headed and just roll with it.
Yeah, probably. I think it's also I have a great attitude of appreciation, and I always have work. I appreciate all the director, producers, and choose me to be in their film. And I have a lot of appreciation. I think the life is so beautiful, so pure, so simple, and so unpredictable. We have to enjoy this moment we're on Earth, especially COVID. After all this, we know. And the one thing taught us is to value the self, to value the moment of life right now, because you don't know what's going to happen. So we have to embrace and live it now. So there's 2 days you cannot do anything about it, yesterday and tomorrow. But we can do anything, everything today, because that's the only moment existing. You want your life to be good for the future. You have to give and live well and good today. Then we'll automatically live to the good future. It's all about this moment, what you do and what you think. It's very simple. It's not like people always say, Bai Ling, what do you think after 5 years, 10 years? I said, if I knew what I'm going to do in 5 years, I'm not going to go there. It's already boring. For me, right? For me,
Yeah.
I have no goal. And this moment is what I'm doing. I'm dancing in life. I'm talking with you. It's the moment. I'm not thinking about anything else. It's not my business, really, truly. Like people always say, when did you do this, do that? I say, to me, everything's yesterday. I forgot. It's like our mind is like computer. I deleted all the garbage, whatever's happened, right? So when new image, new things come to my brain, come to me, my computer's brand new, it's open, they're fast. Everything is like the fresh new computer, they access for me, they work for me so well because I don't have garbage there. So we carry so many garbage, so many things that we've achieved, we've done. There's nothing, no matter how successful or not, they're just passing life. You just have to be like, today, my friend was asking me, you should be on the Mag or whatever, the Metropolitan, right? There's things going on. And he said there's other people less well known there. I said they tried, I didn't. To me, I don't mind. It's like before, I want to go everywhere. Now, I'm very comfortable with my life. I'm concentrating on what I love to do. The media, I'm already well known. People know me, so I don't need to try anything. But if I give enough good things, it will come to me. I'm very comfortable living my life. I don't want to trying to get something or trying to make other people think who I am or otherwise. I'm just me. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just basically appreciate giving my gift and talent. That's why I keep saying I have a fat-free, sugar-free cooking my Instagram, because I save people's lives. It's a little wisdom. It's great to give pictures, all of that, but I give little wisdom there in my every post. Some people just come to see my post because everybody in their life, they have blocked, they lost. If you see something, you never know, you can encourage somebody, you can help somebody. I really want to help people, encourage them, to lift them up, to let them know you're magic, you're a star. You have the magic to, you're confident in your own beings. You don't have to compare, you don't have to prove. You don't have, in our society, even Hollywood, they make so many, like even Academy Award, all of that. I said I already won Academy Award. I just need a vehicle to show. But those things, you should not take it serious because they made some things that make you think that's the most important thing. But it's not. In their life, it is. In media, it is. But for you, you should not be trapped or limited or that's your only goal. How silly is that? For me, they don't trap me. I live my life. Doesn't matter they like me or not.
Yeah. Again, I know I keep saying it, but very, very healthy attitude. It's awesome.
Thank you. It's true, right? It's true.
Oh, it's definitely true.
You can find your own freedom if you're liberated from it. If you have enough, you know your worth, you know your joy, you know why you're on earth. It's basically very simple. It's the joy you're living and giving and shining and dancing affect your people or surroundings of nature, affect all other beings, other people. When you're living purely with enjoyment,
Yeah, I think everything you're saying and the way that you live your life is how most people are trying to live their life.
But they don't have to try, they just have to be.
Right.
Yeah, it's very simple. But because our mind have so many, we learned so much and we lost our way, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You go down the wrong path and you feel like you're trapped and you're trying to course correct back.
Yeah, that's hard, right?
Very, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's hard to fix a bad decision rather than to make the right one in the first place, obviously.
Yes.
So you said, what's your movie called?
My Quarantine Romance.
My Quarantine Romance.
My Quarantine Romance with toilet paper.
With toilet, okay.
Yeah, it had to be toilet paper. It's my romance, how much I love my toilet paper. People come to give me toilet paper, in order, I don't know, to have sex or anything. Just like very, very mischievous, sexy intimacy film, but it's powerful too, because it shows the truth. And also, ultimately, it's like in this locked down time by yourself, what is ultimately the meaning of existing? Our existence, what is the meaning? What is our soul looking for? What is our inner heart? What's the sound? What's the deep longing? So it's dealing with the subject like that. Very deep, beautiful.
Yeah, that is. And you did it as a comedy too, which will be nice.
Yes.
I think that helps people watch COVID and quarantine related things. And at this point, it has to be a little bit light.
Yeah, if it's sad, who's going to watch it, right?
Yeah,
if it's a comedy, yeah, they find humor in it. I think humor is such a beautiful element of life. If you have humor, every relationship is going to be beautiful. Your work in your life, because you can't take things seriously. And also people are different. We have different perspective on things, but if you have humor, everything become normal.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's just better for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch gears a little bit and talk about Barbee Rehab that you were part of?
Yes, Barbee Rehab. On the other hand, it's like the filmmaker basically show tapped into who I am. I'm basically playing almost like I always say I have 8 little beings, but one of the little beings jumping around is like, she's crazy, she's wild, she has no boundary in her, and she's joy, she's a lot of fun, she does things so wild. So that's basically character of one of my characteristic. As Bai Ling, I say I landed on the moon. They showed me how I landed on the moon. I do odd things. I have binocular sitters, Barbee Rehab. I got into it. I say some wisdom. I disturb everybody. I'm trying to, in this rehab, I need a rehabilitation because I'm not from the earth, right? It's so funny. It's so much fun. It's like, also I like it because the lightness of it. A lot of humor, a lot of craziness, a lot of silliness. I think people were really like, you don't have to drink. You just go there. Because this show is kind of like get you drunk, get you crazy, it's fun. So you just sit there watching and have some fun. I think ultimately why we called entertaining business, you have to entertain people. They don't want to be educated, but if you go there, have some fun, in the meantime, if you realize something useful for you, that's great. So this show is purely delightful. I haven't watched it. I'm looking forward to watch it, but I know what I've done is so funny, so crazy, so wild, and so juicy, so sexy, and so odd. So that's something I think people will find it will connect to because it's like this wild child in you, so you can relate to. It's really, really fun show. You should watch it because it just gives you a great, beautiful night of laughter.
Yeah, I got to check out the first 2 episodes they sent me.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
How do you like it?
It's wild.
It's wild, right? That's what I'm saying.
It's all over the place. It's very manic.
I'm gonna dance day and night with my sober friend. You say a little bit. I'm on the street somewhere. It's weird, right? Anyway, so it's entertainment, that show. It's really gonna. It's endearing. There's a lot of sweetness there. My character, so you can feel the other inner wild child in you. How would she or he behave when there's no, nobody govern? You can be free. So that shows the freedom of my character. Shows the freedom of a person. What she or he would do with all other characters too. Or you think we're sick? We need rehab. We need doctors, but maybe not. I tell you a secret. I never shared basically anybody. I was in a mental hospital when I was in China. I lived there. And the doctor, we all patients are so smart with it. There's a machine control us in the universe. The doctor said, no, there's no machine, and you're crazy. Then we're laughing. We said, doesn't mean that you don't see it. Doesn't mean that not existing. We just don't see it. So there's so many dimensions of looking at life or aware of life. So from that point of view, I think, again, I'm talking about it from different perspectives. There's so many elements in life, in the universe we don't know. So in Barbee Rehab, probably there's a lot of character behaviors and the perspective how we look at things are different than normally you would say. You think it's crazy, but maybe you enjoy a little bit, then you think, oh, maybe that's part of me. Maybe make you realize to overcome some problems, or maybe make you realize you should do something more fun or understand others better. So there's a lot of, through the craziness, there's a lot of actually wisdom behind.
Yeah, that's really cool that you put so much into it, because your character, compared to a lot of the other characters, at least in the first couple episodes, because I only saw 2, right, you're actually more understated because you are that character that's figuring things out. And
yes, I think because they actually shot the other first. Me and Tom Sizemore, we jumped up later. And and I think my character is not really fully explored. But you glimpse here and there, the fun element is there. And I think you just have to watch it. I haven't seen my part, but the thing I did and watch a little bit, I think it's pretty cool. And the wildness, the camera just follow me, whatever. I'm running around, I look into some other people's house and dog was barking at me, all of that. I just do random things. So I think sometimes, and this one basically I brought in by Tom Sizemore, asked me to support and help him, help his friend. So I just I think independent filmmakers is not really easy. As I've done directing, it's very difficult.
Yeah,
so
know.
we all support each other. Basically, it's my love for them. I supported them, give piece of my magic to the show. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it was really cool that that they got Tom Sizemore too. It's another big name.
Yeah. He's like a lot of people say he needs to be in rehab. Basically, we shout in the show, is it needed or not? It's a lot of tap into a lot of real life experience, because those kind of shows more like almost like a reality show. You putting a format into it. You have idea, but all of us is basically who we are in a way of ourselves you don't normally see.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. Yeah. Doing that kind of role and doing a comedy, is there one type of role you like better than another? Do you like playing it more serious? Do you like playing more comedy? Do you like being in? You've even done some action kind of stuff.
Right. I think I'm very versatile, just nature given. I'm shapeless. I'm like water. I could be anything. So I'm good at comedy, sci-fi, action. I do my own stunt, like Crank 2. Gene Generation is action. I do my own stunt. And I love drama, like Red Corner. I won the National Board of Review Breakthrough Performance. I think I'm just naturally like a free tool for universe to use, because I'm great because I have all universal tools. So no matter what kind of character I can do, I enjoy all of them. Of course, I enjoy mostly comedy because it's fun, it's nothing serious. But the drama, all of that, you go deeper, you connect to your soul, you give other more powerful magic or tools or meaning behind. But comedy, just joy. I like joy. I'm like a little girl running around. So I'm 26 years old. I'm always running around. I love romance. I love good food. I love jacuzzi and sauna, massage, swimming, running around in nature. So comedy serves that purpose. But I love drama because I'm very powerful as a drama actress, because I reach deep, like the universe gave me all these powerful tools, like Anna and the King. Basically, I made people cry. They said Anna King, Red Corner, I should have won Oscar because it's powerful, powerful performance. I can do that easily.
Wow, that's it's really cool to hear that you can just, kind of flip a switch like that, and then you're into something, and then you flip it to another channel, and you're into that thing.
Yes. For me, it's so easy. Like I did a film called Dumplings. I'm going to Hong Kong to do another film because that in Asia cinema is beautiful. So Dumplings, if you watch the movie, I won Academy Award for my acting. So you will not find Bai Ling. I look totally different. I behave different. Even my parents say, how did you do that? One time I was in a party, right? I love Quentin Tarantino. He come to me, he said, Bai Ling, come over. I said, what? He said, you are the best performance of that year when I did Dumpling. I said, how do you know? He said, I love Asian cinema. He watched my movie Dumplings. He loved my performance. That role is really nothing to do with my life. I play this lady living in Hong Kong, some like a crowded underground area doing these weird things. But there's a lot of bizarre things, behavior. I put it there. I never lived life like that. So how did I do that? I cannot even find an explanation. I jumped from Hollywood dressing in a miniskirt from beach, and next day I'm shooting on set. I didn't even have time to do any research. How did I do that? Just by simply trusting. You don't know what's the potential. You don't know your universe library, how many previous life you've lived. It's in your soul. You carry all this life experience, like Mozart, how he played music like that. It's been practiced. So many people practice music in his previous life in that same soul. So we have to believe in that. We have to access in that. But only by your believing you can access it, because you trust your being, then they will open to you. So for me, it's like, how did I do that? I don't even know. But when I watch it, I say, oh my God, that's not me. But I just can't do it. It's like we all can do it. You just have to forget about your mind. Don't let your mind fool you. Don't let your mind govern you, give you this idea, that idea. You just have to jump. And another wisdom I learned about life, share with you and your fans. Like I have a fear like anybody else, right? And I'm afraid of too, but the only difference, when people are afraid, if there's a cliff, they're afraid of jumping because they might die. They'll take 10 years to cross this river or whatever mountain to go to the other side. But for me, I'm afraid, but I will jump. But because I'm curious, I'm not afraid. I'm scared, but I will jump. I take a chance. That's called a leap of faith. Only when I jump it, I suddenly discovered I have 2 pair of magic wings. See, I can fly. So, but when you're not jumping, you never discover you have the wings. So therefore, just a metaphor, I'm telling you, you have to take chances because you never know what you can achieve. You surprise yourself how much you can do than you would ever realize.
Yeah, that is very good advice just for anybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate to do this because I could sit here and talk to you all day, but I told your PR person about half an hour.
Yes, yes.
So if you want to plug anything, your socials or your upcoming releases.
I have another movie called Lockdown, and May 10th is an action movie, Lionsgate film coming out. Then I have Jack Be Nimble also coming out, and I'm most excited Bai Ling's own director debut film, My Quarantine Romance, with toilet paper, of course. Barbee Rehab in the 6th. You can watch me go crazy, it drive you crazy, but it's fun. So follow me at I am Bai Ling on Instagram, Real Bai Ling on Twitter, or Official Bai Ling on Facebook, or Chinese Weibo Bai Ling. So I have so many, you can follow me because I give fat-free, sugar-free cookies. So you can find out what's going on with my life and in my journey. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time. That was a lot of fun, and I've been watching your movies for as long as I can remember, so that's amazing.
Thank you so much. Nice talking with you.
I'd like to thank Bai Ling one more time for coming on the show, taking time out of her very, very busy schedule to talk to me about Barbee Rehab, about her career, about her origins, about her new movie, her new comedy based on quarantine that we all had to go through. I can't say enough how cool it was to be able to talk to her, hoping that we get to do it again when her movie's ready to come out. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. We have a lot more interviews, a lot more new movie covers, a lot more screeners, Amazon screeners, comic reviews, unboxings, everything you love coming your way. You're not going to want to miss out. Speaking of not missing out, make sure you listen to So Wizard Podcast every single week wherever you get your podcasts. Coming up on 8 years of podcasting with never taking a week off, so I don't think any other podcast can say that. Make sure you listen wherever you get your podcasts. So Wizard Podcast can also be found on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get multiple monthly bonus shows. SoWizardPodcast.com is your resource for reviews, recommendations, videos, merchandise, and more. We love hearing feedback, so drop us a note in the comments, leave us something on social media. All the accounts can be found after the show and in the show notes. And on a more personal note, a good friend and I have an ongoing comedy comic series. It's called Social Studies. It's a slice of life. We kind of write it like a sitcom. We draw it in the style of the 90s cartoons that we grew up in and inspired us. We put our own spin and our own flavor to everything. There are 9 issues available now. 10 and 11 are at the printers just waiting for supplies, so they're coming any day. You can find all of our current issues at Comixology, or on Comixology, including Comixology Unlimited, or better yet, at socialstudiescomic.com to get them in awesome, high-quality print. Thanks.